Dear friends and fellows, how are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, procrastination mean keep deferring the things, keep delaying the things which are really important, and we should do it actually on time at a proper time because doing it too late or failing to do it, both of these things are totally and absolutely bad, and it actually makes us, quite a useless person. So I think we should stop procrastination. We should stop delaying. We should stop deferring the important thing, and that is so much important. So, my dear friends and fellows, today we are going to talk about how can we stop procrastination and how can we start doing the things on time, how can we build our self discipline. So these are the things which are going to be talked about. As far as today's discussion and talk is concerned, I have collected certain very important points. I have collected some 8 points which are 8 in number, but these 8 are very important and it will be a greatly helpful. Let's look upon all of those 8 points one by one. First of all, it is understand why you procrastinate. Understand why you procrastinate. Usually the biggest reason for the procrastination is that if at all something is complicated or difficult, we keep postponing it, we keep deferring it, and it becomes too late. Why? How can we avoid all that? I think we need to prepare. We need to prepare a lot, and by preparing a lot, we can stop deferring important things too much, and we can start doing these things on time. So I think that we must stop we should prepare well, and not only that, we should prepare it very well. We can seek the help and the guidance of other people. Also, we must break every important or complicated thing into several smaller parts, and every part, one bite-sized part, part of it should be taken at a time. So step by step, doing all that, if at all there is one thing, we can break it into the seven things, and then let's do one thing at a time. In this manner, we will be able to do all of those seven things. So that is the number one thing. Understand why you procrastinate. Now the second is set goals to motivate and build momentum. Set goals to motivate and build momentum. Having the goals mean direction, in which direction we have to move. If at all there aren't any goals in my life, it actually means that I will stay inactive. I am not motivated enough. So we need to set goals to motivate and build momentum. We need to set the motivating goal, the the motivation, and of course, then after the motivation, we will become active enough, and this activity will bring the momentum. Will bring the momentum. Set goals to motivate and build momentum. Now the third is build routines that minimize decision making fatigue. Yes, building of routine actually, whatever good thing we are doing it in a routine manner, it becomes really easy. It does not stay difficult at all. So that for that reason, I think that we need to build routines that minimize decision making fatigue. Yes, let's make it a routine so that decision making fatigue is not there, because we know I have to do this thing at this time, and I'm doing it in a routine manner. So that is something routine, but make the routine of only good things. No bad thing should ever be tolerated. No bad thing should ever be tolerated in my routine. Rather, I need to weaken it, and I need to keep weakening it, till I will be able to get rid of totally. So that is, build routines that minimize decision making fatigue. Now the fourth is intrinsic motivation. The intrinsic motivation beats external accountability, because I need to keep myself internally motivated. I should try to build the intrinsic motivation. As for the external motivation is concerned, as for the external accountability is concerned, although I don't deny the importance of it, external motivation is also very good, and external accountability is also very good. But something which is far more superior in this respect perfect. That is the intrinsic motivation. That is the internal motivation. How does it come? By positive self-talk. Always talk positively to yourself, no matter what the circumstances are. Never ever, never ever, never ever talk negative. Always talk positive to yourself, and this will mean actually we will be having a kind of intrinsic motivation. Now, the fifth is overcome distractions and avoid burnout. Overcoming the distractions and avoiding the burnout. So, the two of these things here in the fifth point, and overcome distraction. The biggest ever distraction is, our smartphone, whether there are notifications or the calls or whatever you call it. I think that we need to put our telephone into the silent mode, or we need to put it aside, and let's try to focus and concentrate upon our work. And if at all we are sitting among so many people where we can watch so many of the things, it is far better to sit in isolation, to sit somewhere separate where it is relatively easy to focus and to concentrate. So that is overcome distraction and avoid the burnout. Now the second point of this is avoid the burnout. Burnout when there is no breaks, when there is no proper nutrition, when there is no proper sleep, when there is no proper rest, when there is no proper stress management. So that all cause that all causes burnout. And we have to avoid the burnout, because the burnout, if at all we become a workaholic for some of the time, what does happen later on, that we will not be having any motivation in ourselves to keep going. So that is the overcome distractions and avoid the burnout. Now the sixth is prioritize tasks strategically. Have a to-do list. Prioritize, make it realistic one. How much time, money I have here. That is having the. It is actually 2 points. The two are the interconnected. First is to have the to-do list all the time. All the time we should be carrying with us the to-do list, and that's the number one thing. Mean keep adding, keep deleting. The things which have been done or which are no more needed should be deleted. Whatever new things come to your mind that I need to do it, put it, write it down there. So that is to-do list. And then prioritizing it, mean everything else on our to-do list is not of equal importance at all. Rather, some of these things are very important, while another some of these things are least important. So what is needed here is that we must be having a to-do list on the one hand, and then of course the prioritization on the other hand. Now the next thing is, the seventh is create accountability through tracking progress. Yes, we need to hold ourselves accountable by reflecting back, and by tracking our progress. We need to hold ourselves accountable, or we can have an accountability partnership with someone else, and we will be holding them accountable in a positive, constructive manner, and they will be holding us accountable in a positive and constructive manner. So that is the point number seven. And the point number eight is maintain consistency over long term. Maintaining the consistency over long term. Maintaining consistency over long term mean consistency actually matters, and matters a lot. It is the consistency which does matter more than anything else. Even if at all somebody is contributing, somebody is doing a little work, but there is a lot of consistency in their work, I think they are going to win. On the other hand, there is another person who is doing too much for some of the time, and then they stop doing. They are lacking the consistency. I believe that they are going to lose. They're not going to reach their destination at all. So that is something which we must understand. And this is the consistency. Maintain consistency over longer period of time, not just for some of the time, rather for a longer period of time. We need to maintain the consistency, and that is how we can avoid the we can beat the procrastination, and we can build the self discipline in ourselves. Indeed, those 8 points are very important, very useful, very beneficial for each one of us, for me and for you. Thank you very much.